Hi, I'm Christine Kane, and today I'm going to show you how to do a really easy summer watercolor tree. It's really not that hard. We're going to do it real quick and fast. We're going to have a lot of fun doing it. Today we're at the DuPage River Trail, and this place is beautiful. We're right next to the river. I hear the birds calling and the insects singing, and we're going to have a lot of fun. So come join us. This is a tree that we're going to sketch today. Take note and see which direction the light is hitting the leaves. And I'll show you how to do this in watercolors. Okay, first we're going to start with a really easy sketch here. I'm just going to go on the top, make these nice rounded shapes. Get the bottom in here. The bottom is a little shorter than the top, so I'm just going to reference that. And I don't have to be married to what I'm doing. It doesn't have to be exact, because I'm probably going to change this later, so I'm just going to get a rough road map here to show me where I'm going. And I can be messy if I want. I don't have to be neat about it. I'm going to be real messy. I'm going to go over the top again. And when I do sketches, I don't care if I see the pencil marks. It doesn't bother me at all. So I'm going to be as rough as I want. And that's about it. That's my little sketch there. Real nice and quick. That took maybe 1 minute. Not bad at all. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to paint the first layer. And with watercolors, you want to start with your lightest color first. So I took some cad yellow and a tad, just a touch tad of some sap green here, just a tad, mostly all cad yellow. And I'm going to see where's the direction of light. There's light over here. There's pockets of light and darkness. There's light over here. There's some light here. Right here on the sides. And right now, it's probably about noon, which is like the worst time to be painting because the light is directly above us. But you get the idea. The light is coming down right on these top branches here. So I'm going to make that light. Now, for the darker parts, I'm going to take some of this sap green. I've got some colors on my palette here. Sap green, just a touch of cobalt blue, just like a darker color here. I'm making like a darker green, and I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to fill in the pockets. This is the pockets of dark. Now with watercolors, you have to be patient. You have to wait for this to dry and not go in there and touch that yellow. Because if I put paint on that yellow right now, I'm going to lose my yellow. It's going to disappear. So right now I'm just going to let that dry. That's probably the hardest part about watercolors, knowing when just to leave it alone. Down here, I'm just going to color the grass here. We'll do more of that later, but I'm just going to put a little green down there, and I'm going to completely leave that alone. It looks light now, but we're going to add more color when it's completely dry. Okay, now that we're dry, we're going to come in with a second layer of paint, and I'm going to get some of this sap green in here, and I'm not going to cover all of the yellow. I'm just going to come in here. I'm not going to touch the top. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to do the second layer. I'm going to leave the dark pockets alone because we're going to get darker with that. I'm just getting some dark color on here, this green color. And this is just big blobs of paint. Nice big color. Okay, now that we got that layer on, I'm coming in with some real dark color. I'm getting a lot of cobalt blue and a little bit of green, and I'm only going to go where it's really dark. There's a really dark pocket there. And it's usually where the brightest colors are It's usually like right under that. There's a lot of dark in the middle here. There's a lot of dark underneath here. And again, we're just doing blobs. We're not even doing individual leaves. We're just doing blobs in here. Blobs of dark pockets. And like I said, it's noon, so we've got sunlight coming right above us, right above this tree. I'm going to put a little shadow underneath the tree. Grab some purple, some alizarin crimson, and cobalt blue. Make a little shadow under the tree right now. And I'm going to wait for that to dry. It looks like a mess now, but it's going to look better later. Okay, now that that layer is dry, we're going to come in with a smaller brush and some cad yellow. And now we're going to paint the foliage. We're going to dot, dot, kind of messy, where the yellow was. Dot, dot, dot. And this just represents some foliage. You could go outside the lines. There's no rules. Go in here. Paint some of that foliage. This is where the sun is hitting it, on top of all those boughs that are right above. But you can't do this step until everything is dry. That's why you gotta have patience and wait. That's hard for me to do because I don't like to wait for anything. Okay, next, to my cad yellow pile on my palette, I'm just going to add some of the sap green. And next I'm going to come in here and I'm going to make dots for the green. And when I do sketches, I'm really messy about it. I'm not neat. I'm kind of impatient. But when I scribble like this and I make these dots, it represents the leaves on the tree. Then I take some cobalt blue and I mix that with my green for a really dark color. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to make darker spots. This is a really easy way to make a fast tree. I like the shape of the tree. I like how it's standing by itself in the field here. I like all these dark colors on the bottom. And you can even see some of these shaded leaves. They're kind of out in the open under the tree, sitting by themselves. That's nice too. And that step is done.